I was asking Pawi nga yung mga Hapon ba nagpapanik tulad natin? Hindi daw.
Hindi, very efficient. Alam niyo naman yun. Cheska, Sean says, and even I believe your two guests, Ray and Amy, can attest how efficient the Japanese are with everything that they do. By the way, I just want to mention, because since you talked about bamboos on sustainability, Pawi, di ba, we saw a lot of bamboo. We went to the bamboo forest. Was that in Kyoto?
Oh, in Kyoto.
Arashi?
Yeah. You know, we have to have our own here.
Exactly, bamboo forest.
Diba? Ray, can you
Also,
make
that was a
one?
beautiful bamboo house.
Yes, yes, and matibay
It's
talaga.
up for sale.
I have Andre.
Daming gastos, babawi muna natin. Okay, thank you so much. Happy Thursday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Great to be back talking to the ladies and also with Cheska tonight. We got 6 games for you on tap in the NBA, plus a check on Gilas Pilipinas women in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers.
And we have part 2 of my conversation with gymnastics golden boy Carlos Yulo.
Gusto ko tanongin kung nagpaganon ka ba kay Kaloy. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litoncalao.
It's good to be back. Here's tonight's play-by-play for you.
Camino, the show by Mamoy leaves Philip. Victor moves, puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Macunas rejecting Espejo for the point.
All right, March 12, 2026, Thursday. Happy Thursday, folks. Let's kick off the show in the NBA as the Los Angeles Clippers continue their late season surge thanks to another Kawhi Leonard scoring explosion. The Clips stunned the Minnesota Timberwolves here at the Intuit Dome, 153 to 128. They led by as many as 31 points and even outscored the Wolves in the fourth and final quarter, 44 to 30. The Claw with a whopping 45 points on a highly efficient 15 of 20 shooting clip. He also went from 9 of 10 from the free throw line and made 6 out of the Clippers' 17 three-pointers. Benedict Mathurin and Darius Garland combined for an additional 43 markers. Ant-Man Anthony Edwards tried to match Leonard's output with 36 points of his own, but in a losing cause. The Clips move above 500 with a record of 33 wins and 32 losses, good enough for 8th in the West. The Wolves, meanwhile, dropped to 6th with 40 victories and 26 defeats.
I feel great. You know, praise God. I thank Him every day for it. I'm able to hoop, play basketball. I had a great off season this summer. Be able to work out and, you know, let's keep it going.
When we ask your coaches and your teammates about the way that you're playing this season, that's the thing they all say, Kawhi, is the work that you put in behind the scenes. The team is playing so well right now, and a lot of the guys making a big impact tonight are some of the new faces with this team. What does that say about the team's chemistry as you're heading down this final stretch?
You know, we've been fighting with our back against the wall all year. You know, you guys seen a record, 6-21. So these games are fun for us. So go out here and compete, and knowing that our hard work has paid off, you know, throughout the season. But like I keep saying, the job ain't done. So, you know, we want to get in the playoffs and, you know, try to make some noise.
Another massive showdown in the West as the Denver Nuggets take down the Houston Rockets. It was a blowout in Mile High City, 129-93 in favor of the home team. The Rockets were still within striking distance at the half, but the Nugs completely took over in the third, where they outscored their opponents 40-22. Jamal Murray finished with a team-high 30 points on 52% shooting. Nikola Jokic had his 25th triple-double of the season with 16 markers, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists. Denver also limited Kevin Durant and Alperen Sengun to 11 and 10 points respectively. KG had just 5 out of 8 field goals, his fewest attempts this season. Amen Thompson was Houston's top scorer with 16 markers in a losing cause. The Nuggets beat the Rockets in their season series 3-1 and are currently 5th in the West with a 40-26 win-loss slate. The Rockets hang on to 3rd spot with 40 victories and 25 setbacks.
Meantime, Desmond Bain has his own shining moment as he leads the Orlando Magic past the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Magic were already at 13 midway through the final frame. But James Harden and Donovan Mitchell sparked a rally that got the Cavs to just within 2. Bain then responded for Orlando by hitting a clutch 3 with 17 seconds to go, followed by 2 free throws, eventually to seal the win, 128 to 122. Bain finished with 35 points, 6 rebounds, and as many assists. Paolo Banchero added 25 and 8 boards, while Tristan Da Silva chipped in 23 points. Harden and Mitchell combined for 55 markers and 13 dimes in a losing cause. The Magic have won 5 straight games, improving to 36 and 28 for 5th in the East. The Cavs are right above them with a 40 and 26 win-loss record.
There's 2 great teams in the East, trying to accomplish something special this time of year. Thing I loved about it most, I thought we just came into it with the right mindset, right mentality, knew what it was going to take, and was able to get it done.
You've had the right mindset, right mentality the last 15 games now. What's changed? What do you appreciate about what they've done here lately?
As far as what?
Your group. What?
We're playing the right way, and I think we're sacrificing for each other on both ends of the floor. It's not, my turn, your turn. It's our turn, and we're buckling down, getting stops on the defensive end, which allowed us to get out and run and play free. So it's been fun.
It was your turn for that 3 coming out of the timeout. What did you see that they drew up, and how were you able to get the look?
Shout out Joe P. He drew up a good play. I was able to get free. Jay Suggs hit me right on time, right on target, and always let it fly with confidence.
3 more NBA games for you today. Here are the results. Trey Murphy III and DeJounte Murray lead the New Orleans Pelicans to a 122-111 win over the Toronto Raptors. The New York Knicks rally from 18 points down to beat the Utah Jazz 134-117. And lastly, 4 Hornets score at least 20 points in Charlotte's 117-109 victory over the Sacramento Kings. Up next, part 2 of my special exclusive interview with the Golden Boy, Carlos Yulo. Find out his thoughts on the younger generation and what they should take away from his journey to success. You're watching Play by Play on One News.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play, only on One News. Gilas Pilipinas women look to bounce back in a few hours against another powerhouse, Germany, in the FIBA World Cup 2026 qualifying tournament.
The Pinays lost badly to the host country, world number 3 France, earlier today. Carlo Pamintuan is there in Lyon to give us an update. Carlo, how is the team doing, especially leading up to this match against Germany?
Hi Jessica, hi Andre. Well, they were just coming off shoot around earlier. They spent like 45 minutes just focusing on their offense, making their adjustments on the defensive end. Of course, it's tough when you lose by that much against a team as good as France, but then you have to quickly forget about it and build on the positives, because that is the key here for Gilas Pilipinas women. We've said that this is their first time to play at this level, to be at the world level. So it's important for them to forget about what you did not do well in the first game and just focus on what you can do well in your second game against Germany. Again, you go up against a home team playing in front of their home crowd that is an Olympic silver medalist squad that is good enough to win the entire World Cup actually for the women's division. So it is really a difference in terms of the depth, in terms of the size and quality of the French team. Now you go around and turn things to Germany, another really strong team, not as strong maybe as France, but these European squads really have the height, have the shooting, so we will be tested once again. But it's all about building, it's all about making corrections, especially on the defensive end, and really minimizing the turnovers for Gilas Pilipinas women. That was their focus in their shoot-around earlier.
Charlie, you did mention they have to forget about it right away, that first game, opening game of the qualifying tourney against host country France. Of course, it was a forgetful one. 115-66 was the final score. But were you able to talk to the girls, to the coaching staff? What did they say? Could have they done right in that game, probably, and what they could have learned from, especially moving on now from that game against France?
You know, the team was actually pretty upbeat after that tough loss to France, because you have to take a look at what you did well. You have to take a look and focus on the silver linings of that performance. You take a look at the fourth quarter. Of course, by that time, the result was no longer in question, but it was 29-28 for France in one quarter. So if you really look into it and you know what happened in the game, you will see that finally for the Philippines, for Gilas Pilipinas women, they played with some confidence, they played with some flow after being very tight to start the contest. And when they were able to do that, when they were able to take shots with confidence, when they were able to get into the flow, to make the extra pass, then they played better in the fourth quarter. You know, France really is one of the top teams, not just in this tournament, but in the world. So there's only so much that you can do, especially when you go up against the size that they have. You had Don Malonga, who's 6'5", who you saw provide us with one of the biggest highlights of the tournament so far with the slam dunk, something that we do not really see a lot here in women's competition. There's just there's a disparity in terms of where we are in terms of women's basketball, because you're going up against WNBA players, you're going up against world caliber players, while the Philippines, as we said, the representation in and of itself, just being here in this tournament, is a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, of course, you'll have to take the shots as well. You have to absorb these losses against much tougher opposition at this level.
All right, thank you. That was One Sports correspondent Carlo Pamintuan, live from France. Carlos Yulo didn't become a gymnastics champion overnight. It took him years of hard work to get to where he is today. In part 2 of my interview with the Golden Boy, he talks about what the younger generation should take from his journey. He also shares his current mindset as he prepares for the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. Watch this.
Lalabas ang edad ko sa references ko in this next question, but I mean, if I may, kasi nga, like, as a child, yung napanood ko yung movie ng life story ni Nadia Comaneci. And doon ako namangha na I want to do this. And syempre, as a Filipina, Bea Lucero. But in every generation kasi, from Larissa Latinina to Simone Biles, for the men, si Nikolai Andrianov to Kohei Uchimura. Para sa isang Carlos Yulo, sino ang Nadia Comaneci mo? Sino ang Kohei Uchimura mo?
Actually, sinabi niya na ba?
Si Kohei?
Yeah, siya po yung naging hero ko talaga. Si Kohei Uchimura. Siya yung nag-boost sa akin na mangarap ako na na makapag-Olympics. Natatandaan ko po, 2012 London Olympics. Yung mga senior ko po before, nanonood sila ng competition. Pero hindi ko alam na may Olympics po pala. Kasi syempre, that time, 12 years old lang ako. Ang alam ko lang na competition was palarong pambansa. Pero international, wala po akong alam na any game. So, nung nanonood sila, nakinood po ako and then nakita ko yung performance niya. And kaya siya yung naging hero ko. Kaya ako nasabi yun kasi siya yung nag-stand out sa lahat ng magagaling. Pare-pare sila ng ginagawa. Pero bakit siya yung pinaka artistic tignan, mas graceful yung skills na ginagawa niya. And sobrang hirap. Pero sobrang galing niyang kung paano gawin. Parang sobrang dali niya gawin. Siya yung nag-stand out sa akin na sabi ko sa sarili ko, kahit makapunta lang akong Olympics, okay na ako.
Not everyone may reach your level, pero laging may inspire. Kasi ngayon, now, you are someone's Kohei Uchimura. You are someone's Simone Biles. You are someone's Nadia Comaneci. What do you hope they see beyond the medals?
Sa akin yung, pag-try talaga ng pag-try eh. Ayun yung gusto kong mapulot po nila sa naging journey ko. And sa nagiging journey ko right now also. Na hindi naman po nila din nakita before yung mga challenges na hinarap ko. Yung mga losses na tinanggap ko din sa sarili ko. Ayun yung gusto kong matutunan po nila na huwag sila matakot mag-try. Huwag sila matakot magkamali. Okay lang yan. Na matalo. Kasi part yun ng winning eh. Kasi matalo ka may learnings. Kailangan mo lang siya tanggapin. Ayun yung pinaka-catch doon. Pero kapag kaya mo tumanggap ng pagkatalo, syempre kaya mo rin tumanggap ng pagkapanalo po eh. Para sa akin, ganun ko siya ibig kasi. Kaya kahit nanalo ako, ang dami ko pa rin talagang kailangan i-improve, especially sa all-around. Hindi lang sa floor vault. Marami pa din akong mga flaws na kailangan bigyan pansin. So, walang perfecto. Kailangan progression. Hindi talaga akma sa tao yung perfect. Wala pong ganun eh. So, yun talaga, matuto at wag matakot magkamali.
The 2 Olympic golds, nakuha mo na, pero iba na ba ang mindset? Is your mindset different now that you're no longer chasing Olympic gold? Iba na eh, kasi now you're trying to sustain greatness.
Yeah, after po actually ng Olympics, it was really hard to mag-cope up ulit po eh, after that eh. Kasi nawala yung hunger po eh. Yeah. Okay. Pero nandun pa rin yung gusto ko matuto. Pero iba yung hugot ko this time. Iba rin yung hugot ko before. Siguro nung na-acquire ko siya, feeling ko graduate na ako sa super hungry talaga sa laro. Ngayon, mas smart na ako siguro po. Ayun yung kaya kong sabihin. Wala akong kailangan i-chase. Ayun po yung nangyayari ngayon. But at the same time, kailangan ko i-keep yung level na gusto kong ma-acquire. And syempre, ipakita sa international na hindi pa rin ako nag-iba ng work ethic. Mas naging matalino lang sa pagpili ng ng training menu, ng competition. Siguro, ngayon po nagpo-focus ako sa healthy mindset ko po and healthy na pangangatawan kasi ayun po yung foundation talaga ng mga atleta po eh.
Catch part 3 of my exclusive interview with Kaloy next week only here on Play by Play. Coming up, Alex Ayala sets her sights on the Miami Open after a strong run at Indian Wells. Find out what the Filipina tennis star has to say about her upcoming tournament when Play by Play returns here on One News.
you're still watching Play-by-Play only here on One News. Welcome back. Let's get updates from the 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference as the Akari Chargers pull off a stunning 4-set victory over the Creamline Cool Smashers 25-21, 26-24, 17-25, and 25-21. The Chargers with a total team effort to deliver one of their most composed performances of the conference. Ivy Lacsina led the way with 20 points and 17 receptions. Eli Soyud added 15 markers. Mars Alba tossed up 18 excellent sets. And Justine Hazareno anchored the defense with 22 excellent digs. After starting the conference with 3 straight losses, Akari is now on a 4-game win streak to improve to 4-3. Creamline, meanwhile, slides to 5-2 after seeing its own run of 5 straight wins come to an end. In the second match, the next-led Chameleons ended their 4-game skid after rallying past the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells 20-25, 25-15, 25-23, and 25-19. Brooke Vansickle powered the Chameleons with a triple-double of 20 points, 12 excellent receptions, and 10 excellent digs. Now with the win, next-led kept its top 4 hopes alive, climbing to 4-4. The slumping Zeus Coffee fall to 1-7.
And before we go, Alex Ayala is shifting her focus to the tournament that started her dream run last year, the Miami Open. Ayala shared her excitement in returning to Miami, pointing out how it was the start of her rise in tennis. The Filipina tennis star said that since last year's tournament, she has gained so much experience that's helped her build confidence, self-esteem, and she knows that she belongs. Despite the recent success, the 20-year-old Ayala says she is focused on the bigger picture and not just one tournament in her 2026 season. Ayala is coming off an impressive run at Indian Wells, where she made it all the way to the round of 16. The Miami Open begins on March 17, and of course, good luck, Alex.
Good luck, Alex. We're all rooting for you.
Always.
Yes, always rooting
But also,
for Alex Ayala.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
This is the medal. Actually, daming tatanong, ba't gold medal nanalo ko ba? Sabi ko, hindi po nanalo ang 4 hours. Pero lahat kasi nakatanggap gold medal. So mukhang gold medalist dahil everyone who joined the Tokyo Marathon, you know naman na iba-ibang medals yan, di ba? Silver yung sa Sydney, basta iba-iba. So in Tokyo, it's gold. So lahat kayo may gold medal. Kahit 4 hours ka pa, 5 hours ka pa, 6 hours, 7 hours. Pero congratulations to all the finishers, by the way, of the Tokyo Marathon 2026. And that's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow to end the work week. It's Friday tomorrow, 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Filipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Lituncalao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Good night.